There's going to be kings, queens, and presidents there tonight. You have to wear it, otherwise you're not going under the table. The Queen has hosted over 150 state visits since becoming monarch in 1952, and that doesn't count the return state banquets and the banquets overseas that she's attended as well. Here's a list of the 20 or more that I did while I was at Buckingham Palace. Probably the most popular pudding served at the state banquet was a Bombe Glacée. And I say pudding because for the royal family, anything that's served after the entree that's sweet is a pudding, whether it's an apple pie, a chocolate mousse, a cheesecake, an ice cream, or a Bombe Glacée. Dessert is actually fruit that's served after the pudding. Didn't know that, did you? The Queen loves the ice cream bombs so much they're served at many of the banquets. An ice cream bomb was actually served at the Queen and Prince Philip's wedding. A Bombe Glace Princess Elizabeth, and that had strawberries in it. The Queen really enjoys ice cream bombs, or Bombe Glacés, the French term, on the menu. And it's called a bombe because of the shape of the mold. It's meant to sort of resemble a cannonball, hence the name, the ice cream bomb. And Escoffier, the king of chefs, the chef of kings, he created over 60 different recipes for bombs. And they've been appearing on menus since 1882. It's a real retro dish. You don't see them so much now, but it's still super popular for the royal family and at banquets at the palace. The great thing about making a bomb, an ice cream bomb, is you can make it at home, and you don't have to have an ice cream machine. You just start off with some water and some sugar. You bring them to the boil to make a really strong, really dense sugar syrup. I'm using 250 grams of sugar, 200 milliliters of water, and I'm going to boil that until it reaches 30 degrees Bombe. So if you don't have a Bombe hydrometer, then bring it to the boil, keep reducing it until you have 5 fluid ounces. It'll look like this. Once the syrup has cooled down a little, you can pour it into a bowl with 5 egg yolks. Whisk it together, and then it goes into a pan of hot water, sits on the top, a bain-marie, and we whisk this until it breaks first of all. And by breaking, the easiest way to explain it is, you know when you put egg yolks into a bowl and you whisk them and they're really thick, if you keep stirring it with the sugar in there, the breaking point is when it goes to the consistency of like water. So when you're whisking into it, it's suddenly broken and it's all like water. That's, I guess, the less complicated way. I don't want to get it too hot because I end up with scrambled eggs with sugar, and that's nasty. As you can see, my mixture is broken. It's like water. Now I can take this off and I put it on the machine. And I'm going to whisk it until I get to the sabayon stage. I'll show you what that means in a minute. It takes about 5 minutes to do on the mixer, so I don't do it by hand. Your arms will be dropping off. I say the sabayon stage, the ribbon stage. What I'm looking for is when I lift my whisk out, it leaves a little ribbon on top of the mix, and that's when I know it's ready. Next, I've got some cream, and I whip the cream until stiff. Into there, I'm going to put some creme de menthe. And to help it look super pretty, a splash of green colouring. Then I fold in the sabayon. Once all that's mixed together, then we'll put it into our bombe mold. If you don't have a bombe mold, you can use a pudding basin or something like a mason cash bowl. I put a link to those below if you want to order one of these. But I would line this with plastic wrap first, and it's so much easier to lift out. On the traditional bombe molds, you unscrew the top, and then the air goes in and it just drops out nicely. Ladle this mix into my mold. And then make it nice and flat so that when we turn it out, it sits straight. All that's left now is to put it in the freezer overnight. The bomb's been in the freezer overnight and it's set up nice and firm. The next thing we have to do is take out some of the inside so we can put the delicious grated chocolate into the middle. So I use a little mold, a little ring mold, and push down into the ice cream bomb. Once that's in there, then I can start scooping away from the inside. And obviously I don't want to go to the edges and show the chocolate inside. And then the chocolate into the center. Now I'm going to put the ice cream that I scooped out on the top so that it makes it much easier when we turn out the bomb. And then it goes back in the freezer to set. While the ice cream is setting up over the chocolate, we can work on the garnish. And the perfect garnish for Bombe Glace Royale are Bendicks Bittermints with a little icing on them. Bendicks Bittermints are one of the Queen's favourites. She loves chocolate, she loves mint. And the peppermint fondant enrobed in 95% real dark chocolate are the perfect garnish for this bomb. I've got some mints here and I'm just cut them in half. Turn them on the sides, and with a little royal icing I can decorate them. Once the ice cream is set on the top, we can turn it out. And I've cut a little sponge disc to sit on the bottom so that when the butlers lean forward with the bomb, they don't slide it off the tray onto the guest plate. That would have been a disaster. State banquets were high pressure for everyone working at the palace. The flowers were gorgeous, the wines, the silver, the china, and the kitchen weren't going to let the side down with bad food. We turn the bomb upside down and then a little cream around the edges. And some mints to garnish. If you can't find the bitter mints, I put a link in the description below. Then we'd score the top so that everyone knew what size portion to take. Bombe Glace Royale, the perfect dessert for any state banquet, fit for the royal table. All we've got to do now is taste it. Imagine the delight of the guests as they spoon into this bomb. Look at that, and it falls open and all that chocolate comes out inside. chocolate, chocolate, and just more chocolate. A little cream and some of those bitter mints. A super minty ice cream for anyone that loves chocolate and mint together. It tastes so good with that hint of creme de menthe and crunchy, chewy, fondant bitter mints. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Click on the link below, subscribe, leave a comment. Tell me what you want me to cook next. See you again soon. Oh, this is so good.